Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Plymouth Isle episode. This is my Sims 3 Create a World series, and today we are here on episode 27. And in this episode, we're working on two different lots, the first of which is the fire station. And what you're probably noticing here is there's already a building. So what I did for this lot essentially is place down the just generic fire station lot that came with ambitions. This actually wasn't the fire station that was in Twinbrook, but it was the one that was just in the kind of library menu. So anyway, the reason that I put down a pre-built fire station and then demolished it was there was a few items I wanted to keep from that I couldn't actually place in the game myself, and there's actually two items. It was the fireman's coat. So there's like this object that is a fireman's kind of coat, or firewoman's coat, I guess. A firefighter, we'll say a firefighter's coat that was on kind of a peg on the wall, and I wanted it, but it wasn't in buy debug. It wasn't in like any menu in the game at all, and I did some research, and apparently it's an item that you get through playing the game, and like once you get to a certain level in the career, you get that object. So it was already placed in all the pre-built fire stations, but I couldn't get it myself. So I placed this one down so I get that object, I could save it, and also the cars. So you can't place cars on community lots. Now, of course, with all these community lots I've been building, I've been placing cars down, but those have been like the kind of like decorative car objects from University Life. I mean, they're cars, but they're just kind of decorative. You can't change the color of them. They're just kind of like in these parking spots. And these cars here, you can't normally place them on community lots, and they are kind of supposed to be like the fire chief's car, and I guess, I don't know, there's just two cars, and they're red, so I wanted those two, so that's why I ended up, doing that. But anyway, otherwise, the whole building I built from scratch, essentially. It's my own fire station. I just wanted to keep some of the items from the original ones, and I kept some of the other things from that station, like the fire truck and a few of the other items that I could get. I just didn't want to try to find them, so it's just easier this way. But anyway, this fire station is built on what I'm going to call from now on Lot 30B. So this is where the original Lot 30 was. So it's right next to the library, also next to the City Hall. And originally this was one large lot. Then in version 2 of Plymouth Isle, I changed it to be two separate lots. And I didn't want to redo the whole lot map with renumbering all the existing lots. So I decided to make lot 30 where the library is. And then this one, I was going to call it 30.5, but someone left a comment. I forget which video it was in, but that said I should do like 30A and 30B, which I thought was also fine. So yeah, I'm going to call this lot 30B. The lot map I haven't actually updated for this version 2 of Plymouth Isle with the separated lots here, but I will at some point update it. But you can see where this lot is if you want to download it and place it in. It's just right next to the library, so yeah, not too complicated there. This is also a very long episode. I believe this is the longest episode yet. The last episode was, at the time I made it, the longest. So yeah, just breaking all the records. I didn't really want to be this long. The fire station took a while. So yeah, it's kind of the way it is. But yeah, this is like 43 minutes long. It's quite a long video. But this is a nice screenshot to the end, and I'm pretty happy with the results. So hopefully you can stick around through this video, even though it is quite a lengthy one. What I was doing here was building a fire escape, although I do change it. It doesn't end up looking like that in the end, but I thought that'd be kind of an interesting idea. Kind of interesting that I build my first fire escape on the fire station itself, but what if the fire station catches on fire? Then they have to run out. I don't know. Whatever. I just thought it would look cool. It's meant to be like an old building, so I thought that it was kind of fitting. And of course, I had the other fire station here that was made for ambitions, and I was able to see everything that was in there. So I kind of made sure all the kind of things that you'd expect to be in a fire station were here. Oh, actually, one other thing that was in that fire station that I placed down that I can't place down myself is the oven for the kitchen. So if you remember, all the apartments that I've been making in this world have kitchens that don't have like microwaves or ovens. It's because you can't place those items on community lots, but the fire station lots that were made by Electronic Arts already have those in there, so obviously they can work around their own rules. But yeah, I also was able to save that item as well. You can probably see it there at the very edge of the lot. So the kitchen in this fire station is fully functional. It has an oven in it, so yeah, it's great. It's good. So I mean, technically, your Sims could live here. It's a fully fledged house, essentially, as well. As all the normal fire stations in the game are, they all have all the sort of things your Sims would need to live here. So it's like a living room, there's bedrooms, there's, of course, bathrooms, there's a kitchen. It's also an office with a computer, I believe. No, actually, I don't think it's a computer, but, it's, should have put a computer in. Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so essentially this, can work as a place your Sims can live as well if they're firefighters. Now, I also used the brick material that's kind of carried over from the library a lot next door, so you can kind of see it. It's kind of meant to work with that lot as well. And it's meant to look kind of like an old building, which I'm really happy with the way the exterior turns out, especially you'll see as that evolves here. But right here on the first floor, we have, of course, the garage for the fire truck, and then we also have the kitchen, a bathroom, and the fire chief's office. And I used the giant doors from what pack was it? Pets had those like giant barn doors, and the actually Pets came with a fire station as well, but the only way you could use it was if you had ambitions. So if you have ambitions in Pets, there's a Pets specific fire station that was in Appaloosa Plains, and they actually used those kind of barn doors for the garage on that fire station, which I thought was kind of cool. Kind of gave it an old look, like imagining this is a very old building or something. So I thought, that's quite fitting. I'll put those in. For the fire escape, I realized you only have stairs that go all the way to the ground, so I used a ladder instead. Now, of course, in real life, the ladder would be rolled up, so people can't just climb it and get inside the building, but, we can just use our imaginations. It looks pretty good, though. So you have fire escape access on the second floor and third floor. This is a 3-story building. So on the second floor, we have just kind of a games room area. There's also a gym, and I think that's pretty much it. Some bathrooms, but that's pretty much it for the second floor. The third floor is a living room, 2 bedrooms with bunk beds in them, and it also has, of course, some more bathrooms and also like a locker room. And there's also a staircase that goes up to the roof. You may have noticed that I made that kind of little rectangular room here on the roof. I'm putting the stairs in now. And I actually used constrained floor elevation to kind of slope the roof downward, so it kind of looks like, it's kind of like this slanted roof there, which I thought was kind of cool. So, yeah, because I didn't really want to put another roof on top of that. But anyway, now we're putting in some doors here, or at least the front door for the fire station. I actually used a few Pets items kind of for this, but there's also this kind of tower here, which kind of gives it, I don't know, it's kind of like a mixture of themes, I guess. It's kind of like a weird combination of like, kind of sort of like a Romanesque building with a kind of barn. I don't know. It's kind of a strange combination, but I think it looks pretty cool. And here I'm putting in some windows, of course, just around the sides and the back. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for windows and doors and stuff, at least for the outside. And on the outside, we just have some stone and brick. Those are the main elements here. So I got some stone in some places here. And then I'm going to make the majority of it just this kind of brick, which I do change, I think, a couple times. But yeah, a lot of brick buildings in this kind of area here. City Hall is brick, the library is brick, and so is the fire station. But I thought red was kind of a fitting color for the fire station, so that's why I went with red brick. Although the wood part there does not stay red. That's just the default color. But here I'm doing the roof. The roof is, I don't think it's actually accessible. So the way I put the stairs in for the roof door, your Sims can't actually use them. I know this from experience, 'cause I've done it before and it didn't work. But, there's really no reason for your Sims to go up there, so I thought it's okay. It's just for looks, really. So there are stairs that go up there, but your Sims can't use them because there's no like flat area between like the stairs that go up and then like in the freeze level there should be like one tile of flat space there, which I didn't leave that there, which is just for space reasons, but it didn't really need to be functional anyway. Here I'm going for there's the brick color I actually end up using, and I don't make it blue either. I change it yet again to something else because I wasn't a huge fan of the blue. I go with, I think, like just kind of a wood kind of color, or like a grayish kind of color. So yeah. And I should have mentioned this. I mean, we're 10 minutes in now, but I should have mentioned this at the beginning. At the very beginning of the video, I said that we were going to work on 2 different lots. The other one is going to be an Elixir consignment store. So that'll be the first supernatural specific lot. So that's coming up once we finish the fire station. So yeah, we can look forward to that. But anyway, for now, I'm just putting in all the exterior wall colors and looking for some doors here for the balconies. There's actually quite a few balconies on the 3rd floor. We have that one there in the front. There's one off to the side there as well in the front. And then each bedroom has balconies on the sides as well that are here. So yeah, very nice. And here I'm just recoloring these windows. I kind of have more basic windows around the sides and the back because it's not as important as the front, which has these kind of fancier windows. But yeah, and I also didn't build this building on a foundation. It's just right on the ground because, of course, the garage area for the fire truck wouldn't really work well if it was built on a foundation. And I didn't really want to do constrained floor elevation and connect it to a foundation because then the lighting is all weird, and it was just easier if I just built it all on the ground. So that's what I ended up doing. Here's the entrance to the fire station, just like an entrance room here. Pretty simple. There's not really much in there. I do move the workbench as well. And this kind of back room is where the fire pole is. So the firefighters can slide down from any floor down to that room, which just goes straight into the garage. So very quick and easy access there to the fire truck in an emergency. And of course, the building has fire alarms in every room. So that's another item that fire stations need to have. There's little fire alarms, so when there's a call, the alarms go off, so your Sims know they need to go and fight the fire. So yeah, there's one of those in every room. And I think those are really the only items you absolutely need for a fire station to work is the fire truck and the fire alarms. But of course, I have all the fire station kind of details. Like I said, I wanted the specific fire coats that I got from the fire station I placed down here originally. So yeah, every deal with fire station detail is pretty much included here. And there's also just the 2 cars out front there. There wasn't really room inside the garage for them, but I imagine that those are like for like the fire chief. Maybe there's like an assistant or something, or I don't really know what all the correct terms are, but there's like people who aren't in the fire truck they can have, or if it's just like not like an immediate fire emergency or something, they have a vehicle to go to or to go to places in. But yeah, and I actually make the old car kind of a more faded red because it's like an older vehicle. But yeah, anyway, I also found these kind of pipes here in Bydebug, which I thought I'd use because why not? And yeah, I put those here on the back. I hope that the door is still usable there. I don't know. I didn't play test this. So if the door from that back room doesn't work, you can remove those ventilation pieces and then it'll work. But here's the kitchen. So the kitchen is fully functional. It has an oven and a sink and a fridge. And I put in 1 large dining table instead of 2 small ones because I didn't really like that idea. So I do change that in a bit. But there's also a bulletin board in there. And there's the fire alarms that I'm putting in now. So yeah, those just go everywhere. And then there's also a bathroom off the kitchen as well. There's a powder room. And then there's, of course, the chief's office as well. And here I'm just putting in all the garage items as well as a new kitchen table. But yeah, the garage items, a lot of them are from Ambitions and Fastlane stuff. Because Fastlane stuff, of course, had a lot of tools and stuff and things that worked really well for this kind of thing. So yeah, there's also fire hoses over there by the door. And on the roof, I kind of put in a bunch of details as well. So yeah, and here's a little locker room area, so just some lockers there. And yeah, I think I can maybe overdid it with the amount of like beds and lockers because of course this is a pretty small town. I don't imagine there'd be many firefighters. It'd probably be like 4 maybe firefighters, but there's enough room to sleep like 10. So yeah, if you want to have a lot of firefighters, I guess there's plenty of room in this fire station, but and here I'm just putting in some more things and stuff. I was a door there for the roof, also a window as well, because why not? And just recoloring these fence pieces that I'm using around the place, and yeah. So I think we're going to get on to some more interior stuff. This is the gym here, and of course the game room area, kind of bonus room, is there where I put the foosball table. This is the living room up here. I'm just kind of placing in some objects. I'm going to come back and recolor them, of course. And this is one of the bedrooms here, and this is the other bedroom. So there's two separate bedrooms that kind of have some bunk beds going on. So actually nine firefighters can sleep here, and also putting in a stereo as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the main things. Of course, I have to put in details and stuff as well and recolor things, but here I'm doing some outdoor lighting because I guess why not. And now we're going to go into the garage here with some lighting. I couldn't put ceiling lights in here because the ceilings are 2 stories tall, so I had to go with wall lights, and I used these wall lights from Town Life stuff, I think, because they kind of just looked okay. So I kind of put those everywhere to light up the garage, and then use the brick inside. There's no windows actually on the first floor of the garage. They're all on the second level area, because I wanted to have the wall space in the garage. But yeah, here's putting in some lighting. I'm going to get in the wall colors now, so putting in the wall textures here for the kitchen, and yeah, going for a kind of tile there on the wall, and there it is. And I also put that on the counters as well, so kind of get that cohesive look. I did make the kitchen and bathrooms kind of more dated because I imagine this is an old building. I mean, I built it to look like an old building, so I kind of wanted the the facilities to look kind of older, kind of more dated. Just kind of was the look I was going for. But yeah, essentially the entrance I think is pretty much done, and I'm doing just some basic white walls there for the other parts of the garage, and recoloring some things here. This is just the powder room. There's the office for the chief. So this room has access to the entrance and to the garage, of course. So yeah, there's that. And here I'm just putting some flooring in on the second and third floors as well, just the wood, kind of just jumping around everywhere. So, it is what it is. And I guess we're back in the office now. So yeah, putting some furniture in here. There's the chief's coat. It's the red one. There's some black coats in the garage, so kind of showing the hierarchy there, I guess. And just getting some tile floors in the gym area and other places, and just doing some things just around and about the place. There's kind of this like back utility room there where the fire pole kind of comes down. So not much in there. It's pretty simple stuff, but looks kind of detailed, I guess. So here, also putting an air conditioner outside. There's also a fenced-in backyard here for the fire station. For the fire station. Yeah, the police station is actually part of the city hall, because that's a rabbit hole. But anyway, here I was looking for something kind of like a sign to show that those are like parking spots for the chief's car, but there wasn't really anything good for that. There's also a random fire hose I put in the back there because why not? And what do I do now? Who knows? I don't know. I was just going through BuyDebug looking for things, but I don't know if I actually put anything down from there. I put a trash can in the back, which is actually from BuyDebug because you can't normally get those kind of residential trash cans on the community lots. And here I put a fence to kind of just like fence off the kind of parking area from the sidewalk there, so people don't just stand around or walk where the cars are. And here I'm just kind of adjusting the cars so they're kind of like a little bit not parked perfectly. And here I'm making the older one kind of look more faded red as opposed to bright red, because it's kind of like an old car. I thought maybe it would be faded a little bit over time. I don't know. And yeah, so that's the cars. And I also put a little kind of area there for the front door, a little roof there over the front door, so that if it's raining or something, I guess someone outside could stay dry. I don't know. Just a little detail. And here I also put down these kind of yellow markings on the driveway just to show that, people shouldn't be parking there and blocking the, driveway for the fire truck. So it's kind of what the point of that was. and also kind of some yellow marks on the either side there, just to warn pedestrians, I guess, who might be walking over there, just to be careful. It's an active driveway. And here is putting in some curtains and some blinds inside, so just getting those around the place. And yeah, I also found this planter here from late night that was in Bite-A-Bug as well, so thought I might as well put that down too, because I guess why not. And here we are in the bathroom. I was doing landscaping there briefly, but I guess I'll come back to it. And yeah, pretty simple bathroom. Nothing, not anything too special here. Just a pretty simple bathroom, just for the first floor of the building. Also got some details in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the bathroom, I think. So some art, that's pretty nice, very fancy. And yeah, so here we are in the fire chief's office. There's no actually computer in here, because I just took the desk from the other fire station, so I guess that one didn't have a computer either. Whatever, it's okay. You can put a computer in if you want. I don't know if it's essential. But yeah, pretty simple office here. Just a desk, couple chairs there that face the chief's desk. So yeah, pretty simple. A bit of art there as well. Some plants in the corner. And I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is just the entrance to the fire station there. Nothing too much going on there. And we're back in the garage doing some recoloring of things. I think that's pretty much it though. And then this is kind of the back utility room here, and I'm also putting some gravel in the backyard area of the lot here as well. So it's kind of a back lot, I guess, for the building. So yeah, just doing that, and there's also some gates that allow access as well. And here I'm just recoloring the table in the kitchen, also putting some items there, and a bit of art there as well. But yeah, that's pretty much, I think, the first floor mostly done. If I'm not mistaken, who knows? I am frequently mistaken, so we'll see what the case is. Putting some lights in there, which is good, I guess. And what else? I guess we're gonna move upstairs. Okay, good. So here we are now on the second floor. So the second floor has this powder room here, just kind of off of the gaming room, or kind of bonus room, I guess. It's kind of just a place where they can, unwind, I guess, relax, I thought it'd be pretty good. So yeah, I mean, all the other fire stations had that kind of space. But anyway, here, just also putting in a column there, just kind of separate the differentiation between the wall materials. But yeah, this is a pretty simple upstairs room. We just have a foosball table, there's a dartboard on the wall, a couple chairs, some plants in the corner, I guess. But otherwise, nothing too fancy here. It's just pretty simple. There's also a door there to the fire escape. There's a bookshelf. I put in a whiteboard later because I guess why not. And yeah, now we're going to move on to the gym. The gym actually has access to the fire poles. So yeah, you kind of just run right into there. Down the pole you go. Yeah, so pretty simple room though. Got some counters there along the back, I guess, because why not? Also a coffee machine in there, as well as one in the kitchen. And yeah, also I put in a whiteboard there in the bonus room. I don't know. They want to have meetings there or something. I guess they can do that. There's a pull-up bar there. I do actually end up putting in the ping pong table actually on the third floor. So that does make a comeback. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, for the gym. I put in some mats on the floor, but other than that, I think that's pretty much it. And there's also a full bathroom off the gym as well, with a shower. So, if they get smelly from, working out, they can go into this bathroom here where there's a shower. And of course, there's also showers on the third floor by the bedrooms as well. So yeah, but anyway, just putting in all the bathroom things there in that bathroom, and I think that's pretty much it for the second floor. So now we're going to move on to the third floor where the living quarters are. And so I'm just doing some recoloring here of the wall materials, and also putting in the couch colors and stuff. So this is kind of a living room area. You have the flat screen TV, also plenty of seating as well, kind of around there, and there's a couple balconies as well. Also a nice bookshelf there in the corner. And what else? I don't know what else I put in here. I forget, but there's just stuff and things. There's some curtains there. It's a coffee table, which is nice, and also a rug as well, and there's also a stereo there, and this is kind of the locker room area, so I guess where they can store things if they want. And then these bathrooms here are more communal bathrooms, so there's showers in them as well. And they're actually normal showers. They're not the kind from the store that they're going to wear their bathing suits in, but there aren't doors into the shower rooms, so, just respect the privacy there. But yeah, there are showers there. And recoloring the flooring and stuff for these bathrooms here. Both bathrooms are pretty similar. One, though, is a little bit bigger, I think. Well, this one here actually, I think, has 2 toilets and 1 shower, and the other one is 2 showers and 1 toilet. So, yeah, basically the way it worked out. But yeah, there's a couple of bathrooms there, so your firefighters can, use the bathrooms there. They can take showers and everything they need to do. So yeah, there you go. And also putting in some mirrors and stuff, and some, paper towels, soap, all that kind of stuff. And also putting in some wall lights here as well, just to get some better illumination. And just some details here in the living room, some plants, I guess. I don't know what else, a lamp. I think something else, maybe, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? Oh, put a telescope there. And another rug. Well, there you go. And also in this kind of room here where the fire pole is, I put a, a ping pong table in here as well, or table tennis, whatever you want to call it, in this room. So yeah, basically you got another little fun place. I guess your Sims can hang out here if they want to. But yeah, and now we're going to move on to the bedrooms. So the bedrooms are pretty similar. They're pretty simple as well. So yeah, this fire station does have a lot of beds in it, probably more than it would need, but whatever. I wanted to use the bunk beds, so I thought it would be kind of cool. So yeah, there's 4 beds in one bedroom and then 5 in the other. And I also just put in a few kind of tables there as well. And then I also put in some dressers in these rooms. So yeah, your Sims can store clothes, I guess, if this was real life. Yeah, so there's a dresser there, and another one. So there's 2 in this one, and then there's 1 in that one, which probably would not be sufficient, but there's also lockers, so, don't worry about it. And here I'm just recoloring some brick to go on the balconies here. It just kind of matches the brick that's on the walls. And yeah, we're essentially done with most of the interior work, so now we're going to be pretty much just doing some detail work at this point. Just doing the staircase there that goes up to the roof. And I'm also going to do some landscaping, of course, some more landscaping and things like that. But yeah, I also put a solar panel on the roof too, which is kind of fun. Thought that'd be a nice little detail. And there's the tower there, just getting in some wall paint on the tower and stuff like that. And also recoloring in the areas that your Sims can't go, just black. It's like that. It looks pretty nice. And in my more recent builds, I've been putting skip level markers in these freeze areas so that when you're actually playing the game, when you go up a level, it just skip past that level. So I think I started doing that with the library. That was the first one I did it in, but I may go back and add it to the other ones as well. It just makes the gameplay a little bit smoother because you're not having to go up and down so many levels, unnecessarily. But yeah, just put some more plants outside. Also just did some terrain paint. I put in some benches as well. So, Sims can go and sit there, I guess, if they're walking down the street. And I also put in some street lights as well, just on the side here, just kind of matching what the library has. And also there's some plants here in the front, and also some kind of down here around the side, I guess, as well. So just doing that now. Just a bit of terrain paint there as well. And yeah, just doing that, getting in those details. I put some stuff in the back as well, where the kind of fenced in area is here. So just doing more terrain paint for now. Putting in another tree, I believe, there in the corner. And yeah, I put a picnic bench outside. I put a grill there. I also put in, I think that's it, actually. That might be it, but it's a outdoor space that your firefighters can enjoy. They can go out there and relax, I guess. But yeah. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the fire station. We're going to wrap it up soon. I put in a trash can outside there, just so your Sims can be conscious and throw away things. But yeah, also a fire hydrant there right out front because I guess it's fitting. And doing some other things here. I'm looking for the skip level marker right now, actually. There it is, little silver orbs. And yeah, so now we're going to move on here to the Elixir Consignment Store. So the Elixir Consignment Store, it seems to me, just could be any sort of building. as long as it has the Elixir Consignment Store register. Because I looked at the Elixir Consignment Store in Moonlight Falls that came with Supernatural, and it just had that, and then just a bunch of decorative objects around. So, I made it kind of look like a store. I kind of put in wands and stuff and other kind of supernatural things. And for this lot here, we're actually on the wharf, and this is lot number 9. It's right next door to the pet shop, which is of course next door to the arcade. So we're kind of just continuing down along the wharf. Now, originally the first 4 lots on the wharf were community lots, and then the second 4 were residential lots, but upon reflection, I didn't feel like it made sense to have residential lots on the wharf, especially like right next to the ferry terminal. I felt in the marinas and everything, it felt kind of strange. So I'm actually going to make all of the lots on the wharf commercial now. So that's why this lot in the world is actually residential, but I converted it to be commercial. So yeah. But anyway, I actually made this 2 separate buildings because I just wanted it to look like 2 separate buildings. And so it's kind of, so the Elixir Consignment Store here is kind of split up. So on the larger building here is where we have like the register and the counter, the register, and just decorative objects, kind of like a sitting area and all that kind of stuff. The other building actually has like this building has magic wands and all that kind of stuff too. But if you want to imagine, it's kind of like more secretive things are in the other building, and they're kind of behind a secret bookcase door. So it's kind of like a storefront in that building, and then you go through the secret bookcase door, and that's where like the potion kind of table is, like the potion making table, or the elixir making table, whatever, the spell table, whatever it's called, is in there. And then also the gem cutting machine is in there, and the teleportation machine is in there. So like the kind of more perhaps sensitive stuff, more secretive stuff is in that building behind the secret bookcase door. But this one here is kind of more just, it's open to anyone. But yeah, so these are both just 1-story buildings. I kind of want, like once you get past the halfway point on the wharf, I want the buildings to become smaller, more 1-story buildings. I don't want them all to be 2-story buildings like the other ones, because it's kind of unnecessary. And I'm probably not going to be doing many more apartments above stores and stuff. So like the pet shop may have been the last one, or the second to last one, we'll see. But anyway, this is the first building here. Again, they're pretty simple buildings. It just has 2 rooms, really, just the main store, and then there's a bathroom. And there's also some windows there, kind of like storefront windows in the front that are kind of like separated, like I did with the pet shop. And yeah, we have the counter there, and just recoloring these bookshelves, which look pretty nice. They're kind of like built into the walls there. There's also a fireplace, because I thought it was a good, kind of a good thing for the ambiance of the building and all that. But the Elixir Consignment Store that came with Moonlight Falls had a fireplace, so I thought it would be nice to have. But yeah, it kind of has like a nice like kind of sitting area there by the fireplace. There's a bunch of supernatural objects in here, so like all these kind of tables around the place are supposed to look like things that are for sale. And then I also put in, here's where I put the other things in that building. There's also some beekeeping containers, whatever you want to call it, beekeeping boxes, whatever. I put them out back behind a fence. So yeah, but there's also just all the kind of clutter items and stuff from Supernatural in here, kind of to give it that feeling of being, kind of like fitting for this kind of what it is. And here's where I add that wall there to separate off this room. So there we're just putting in those kind of objects over there. And I was considering like making a basement, but then I thought that wouldn't really make sense considering this is a wharf. It's very low and close to the water, so probably wouldn't have a basement. So yeah. But anyway, here putting in some windows down the side. I do cover those up with curtains because, it's supposed to be secret. But yeah, just putting all that kind of stuff in. And here I'm just kind of doubling up the bookshelves just so it doesn't look like there's a giant gap there behind them, because I kind of wanted them to look flush with the walls. And here is recoloring some stuff. So just recoloring the fireplace there, and getting some lighting in the other building there as well. But you can see the secret bookcase door. It's kind of a very fake looking storefront because it's literally just a room with some bookshelves. But, you can just use your imagination with it. It's just kind of supposed to be a little fun. to have it that way. But here's the front counter, and I'm going to put in the register. So there's the register, so it's actually usable as an Elixir consignment store. So you can go and buy and sell elixirs here, and ingredients, I believe, to make elixirs. That's pretty much what it's used for, and I think that everything else in the store is basically just decorative. But yeah, so just doing some recoloring of things. I actually went for green for the inside of this building here. So the walls are green, the couches are green. I thought it was kind of like a nice emerald kind of color that looked, kind of spooky a little bit, And excuse me, but yeah, here we're just doing the just some stuff inside here. They're just kind of working out some items, putting in actually plenty of wands because, perhaps you could buy wands here. Maybe the normal people of the town don't actually realize they're magical. They have to be in the hands of the right person. I don't know. I also put one of those bushes in the back that has the magic magic jelly beans. That's what it is. So yeah, there's one of those there behind the counter. But just putting in some stuff here, just doing some things, doing some details, and also some curtains there. And I'm also going to do the bathroom soon, of course. But yep, just doing that kind of stuff. I also got a sign there out front. Not the most spooky looking sign, but it's a sign nonetheless. I thought it'd be good to have a sign there. And yeah, here's just the simple bathroom that is off of the main store here. So yeah, just a pretty simple public bathroom for the shop. It's also a little outdoor area there. You can see where the air conditioner is. I'm also going to fence off the area with the beekeeping boxes. So it's kind of these extra little spots outside. But yeah, it's putting in some details here in the bathroom, so it's usable. Getting some artwork in as well. And I think that's pretty much it for this store here. And next we're going to move on to the other building here, which is the more secretive one. So, the one with the secret doors. How exciting. It's also, of course, a bit smaller, but yeah, I kind of wanted it to look from the outside like two kind of separate stores because, what I've been doing, previously is making these stores look like two separate stores from the outside, but they're really just one because I made the lots so wide. Regret that a little bit, but it's okay. This building is actually not stone like the one next to it. This one is got the wooden kind of cedar shakes or the wooden kind of shake siding on the outside there. Kind of a very classic New England look to it. And because New England is kind of infamous for witch-related things, I thought, the kind of unfortunate history with witch-related happenings. But yeah, I thought it'd be kind of fitting to have an Elixir consignment store in this world, although I don't really intend on doing any other supernatural lots. I know it's a bunch of hangouts that came with Supernatural. I don't really intend on doing those. I just wanted to do the Elixir consignment store because I thought it would be cool. So yeah, it's not supposed to be a supernatural world really. It's just I thought it would be something kind of fun to add in as a bonus. But yeah, here I'm just kind of working out the wall materials for the kind of entrance here to this store and just putting those in, doing some recoloring. And coming here into the back room, the secret room. It's pretty obvious there's a room back there because the storefront is very shallow, but it is what it is. Here I'm just putting in just some things. I put some tables inside here. I just put some plants on them though. But I also did cover up all the windows as well, so it looks a little bit more secretive, I suppose. Looks a bit more interesting. And people can't just be peeking inside and seeing what's happening. But yeah, anyway, here just putting in some lighting and stuff, just putting in some details and things. What am I doing here? There's some plants there, a bit of a rug there as well. And there's also a bathroom for this store as well. Actually, a very colorful bathroom, very green. But anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, I greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing. And you can check out the full playlist. I think in the description, there should be a link in the description. You can check out the playlist of all the episodes of this series, and you can see them all on my channel. And you can also download the world as well if you wish, and you can download these lots as well, of course. All the links are in the description below. And there's also plenty of house builds on my channel that you can check out as well. I've been working on house builds for Plymouth Isle as well. That's primarily what I'm doing with my house builds of late. So yeah, you can check those out as well. You can download them as well. So yeah, But for the Elixir Consignment store here, we're nearly done. I'm just doing some exterior lighting, just kind of getting that in. It's kind of around the buildings here. And I also kind of painted in the freeze levels black. I'm also going to put in the skip level markers as well, so they kind of act as one-story buildings. But here I'm just putting in just some simple stuff here, just some plants on the outside, just some details. Nothing too crazy. Just doing that and just recoloring this kind of the siding on the outside there. And just doing some more things. Here come the skip level markers actually. So there they are. I only need one really, but there you go. And I also put another air conditioner unit in for the second building. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the screenshots. Bye everyone. Have a great day.